Alright, second attempt at doing this because for some reason it screwed up the last time. So I hadn't really given a lot of thought to my KO of the month and so on, but I'll kind of just do it kind of on the fly here. And I will start off with KO of the month, and I'm going to give that to Scott Smith over Terry Martin. Now, a lot of people are going to give it to Jeremy Stephens against Rafael dos Santos for the Tiger uppercut. But that being said, that was such a choreographed knockout that it just shouldn't have happened. So I'm going to give it to Scott Smith just for the more technical proficiency it had, and the fact that it was more of a classic KO, I think. Whereas Dos Anjos' Stephens' knockout at Dos Anjos is just one that should never happen, because that was so... anyone could see that coming from a mile away. Submission of the month, no surprises here. It's definitely Dustin Hazlett with his submission of Tammy McCrory, mainly because that was just a clinic on the ground, really. Hazlett finally getting the submission. He'd been trying for an arm submission for like the whole time, and finally getting it. McCrory finally getting his defense broken down and tapping it out. Both guys have a bright future, so it was a pleasure watching that fight. Fight of the month, I'm gonna go with probably a bit of one from left field, which is going to be Mark Boschek versus Alvin Robinson, just because I enjoyed that fight thoroughly. Plus, I'm a big Boschek fan, and that kind of about sums it up. Really, I don't think anyone else is gonna pick that fight, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Bad decision of the month. There's a couple of candidates here. I hadn't really thought of the Gonzaga Josh Hendricks one from Steve Mazzagatti, but I'm going to give it to the judges who judged Gomi versus Goliath, because I could be alone on this, but that should have probably been a unanimous decision for Gomi. There was a lot of things in that fight that Goliath pretty much lacked, and Gomi basically beat him. Mind you, I mean, this doesn't defend the fact that Gomi looked like crap, because honestly, Gomi should have just blown it away on that fight. He should have killed, for lack of a better thing to say. And that was, Gomi losing. That was Gomi going to decision with a tomato can, and that's unexcusable. I'm also going to give a bit of reward, which is going to be most overhyped fight, which I think this can't go to anyone but Brock Lesnar versus Randy Couture, because the UFC hyped this fight to the point where it was literally impossible for this fight to deliver. You would have had to have a 5-round war that went back and forth repetitively every round in order for it to have met the hype that they were putting on it with the biggest fight of all time and all that wrestling style hype. See, wrestling, you can do that kind of hype and deliver it because you can control the match. You can't do that in MMA. So I thought that I think the UFC got really lucky that card had a lot of surprising fights, i.e. the Boschek Robinson fight. Aaron Riley versus George Joe was a hell of a fight. They got the Dustin Hazlett submission, the Jeremy Stephens knockout. I mean, it was just basically a card that surprised, that was based entirely around a main event. And kind of, like I said, just kind of a little bit lucky. So anyways, I don't know if the most overhyped fight will remain in future months, but peace, and have a good one, and hopefully it works this time.